So this is the app that was built by CV Forge, um, just from a single prompt. And let's go back to see it's an options activity scanner. Let's go back to see what the prompt was. We can open this and see what was the latest um, coding agent session that produced this app. So I asked it, I opened uh, the CV Forge, which is what you're seeing here, and I prompted, this is the prompt: build me a scanner that lets me find options based on delta and ratio of volume over open interest. I am interested in spotting unusual activity. Very general, nothing specific. Well, I guess like the delta and the ratio of volume, but a very general prompt. And to see what it does, what ideas it has. And in the previous video, we showed, how it built this whole thing, which is nothing short of magic. Now let's explore what it actually built. So it gave us this chart where we can see the ratio of volume and open interest over here, and here the absolute delta. So this lets us find out of the money contracts. And here it scans by ratio, it can scan by volume, it can scan by notional. Let's go to ratio. And one of the interesting things is it made this universe here, which is, I didn't ask it for that, it just did it, which is quite cool. So let's look at NVIDIA, MU, INTC, SNDK, and okay. So now we have this chart right here. So will we have, some matches for this? What is this right here? This is an NVIDIA 2026 June 8th 0 DTE. And, let's go with DTE. So here it gives us the near dated, right? This is June 6th. Let's see. Liquid. Call flow. Interesting. Put flow. Interesting. Okay, let's see this one right here. This is an NVIDIA June, and absolute delta of, this is not good. Okay, so you know what the problem is? That I can't select for DTE minimum. So I'm just gonna ask it to do that, right? Like, what am I even doing here? I need a filter for minimum DTE, and I sort of just didn't realize how powerful this was, and I was like, oh, this doesn't have this thing I need, which is the filter for minimum DTE, days to expiration. And I was like, oh man, now it doesn't have this. And I forgot that I can just ask it to put it here. So there we go. So I asked it, I need a filter for minimum DTE. And here it says, oh, I found the DTE window and it's just one-sided, which is today through max DTE. I'm changing it to a bounded min-max DTE range and normalizing swap. Okay, so now we're talking, right? Now we're talking. This is funny. I was like, oh, now I have to like, if this was like any kind of software, I mean, this is CV Forge. You can ask it to do anything. It's just gonna build anything you want. And this is the proof. So all right, it did it. So we added a DTE min filter. It now scans between blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's close it. So now we have this here. And so the thing, why I didn't want to, let's look at, what were we looking at? We were looking at NVIDIA, MU, SNDK, NOC. Okay, we were looking at this one. And I didn't want to look at this one because it's a 0 DT. So let's go with 3 DT. Okay, now very, very interesting. All right. I'm digging this. Okay, so now we can look at this NVIDIA one right here. So what's the deal with this one? And I'm actually gonna look at this big ball over here. So basically what Codex did here is it gave us this visualization that lets us spot like the big ball, like this one right here. It lets us find it very quickly. There's a couple of big balls in this thing. So let's look at this one. Why the 0.2? Because this chart here, the x-axis is absolute delta. So when you're looking for unusual options activity, you're usually, so the thing is that most options that trade, the highest volume of options that trade, they're usually in the center at the money, right? So you're usually going to find a lot of volume on the at the money or near the money strikes. So it could be some unusual activity, but it's harder to find signals in the near the money strikes, because that's where all the options are traded. And the near the money strikes are they have delta close to 0.5. And the interesting stuff usually happens far out of the money. Or more than interesting, it's just easier to spot like very big activity. This is like out of the money calls, out of the money puts, and stuff like that. That's where it gets interesting. So this one right here, this is a Nokia June 12 delta 0.2 call 16. Yes, this is the Nokia call 16 strike 16. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see if we can find it. It's this one. No, it's not this one. So I wanted to, when I click on it, I wanted to show it to me here, but we're going to leave that for another video. Anyway, so why is this something to take note of? It is an out of the money call, very near term. We're talking a couple of days from now for Friday's expiration, and very high volume, 26K volume. Open interest is just 8, very high IV, but that's normal for what we've been seeing on Nokia. And how we found it is this is the volume divided by open interest ratio. So this volume of 26K is way higher than, it's over three times higher than the open interest. So a lot more of these were traded today than had been held in open positions. So this is interesting. One might make a trade here, a lotto trade, or one might take a bullish position on Nokia based on this. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But what this is for is bringing this dashboard to life, and this is crazy, and making it be whatever you want it to be. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here. This is a checkpoint, which is it saves it. And I mean, the latest versions are always saved, but I'm checkpointing this, and I'm going to close it. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here and I'm going to say publish to gallery, and unusual options activity scanner, and I'm going to publish it. Done. So now if you go to gallery, you're going to find this here, and you can just download it and you'll see exactly what I'm seeing. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, that's it for today. Download CV Forge.